Alrighty, let's see here. Oh yeah, we're live. All right, cool. My apologies for the technical difficulties here. I just having a great, I guess I'm having a great morning, but my computer's not. So anyways, moving on. Welcome back, guys. Good to be here. Hope you had a lovely day so far. Had some great plays last night. I mean, I had some fantastic call outs last night on some of these plays here. I mean, pound New Zealand, a great play. You had Euro GBP, great play. I mean, everything just fantastic moves. GBP USD. So, you know, gold, oil. So, I mean, we're rocking and rolling here last night. So, yep. But anyways, moving on. Taking a look at Forex Factory, we have Fed Chair Powell speaking at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you are trading around 10 a.m., that's going to be something significant to keep an eye on. That will move gold. That will move oil. Not oil. I meant the dollar. That will move gold. That will move the dollar. That will move equities and any pair related to the US dollar. So keep an eye on Fed Chair speaking at 10 o'clock. And yeah, that should be exciting. But other than that, we're pretty clear skies ahead. You know, wins to the, you know, not many wins. You know, I'm just trying to act like a pilot here. I don't really know pilot terminology. So whatever. Moving on here. Pretty clear as far as economic headlines go. Taking a look at the Dixie today, pretty straightforward. The dollar's been consolidating here the last couple of weeks. And so what we're going to do is we're going to range trade the dollar today as far as, okay, you know, how are we going to play this? We're going to look for buys, right? So the dollar, maybe we come back and retest this area here and continue higher, maybe not. Regardless, we should have some pretty solid moves to the upside in the Dixie. So we're going to be looking for weakness in equities, weakness in gold, weakness in dollar pairs. Good morning. Yahaya. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to butcher your name, so I'm just going to say good morning. Us damn Americans can't speak English. So anyways, moving forward, so dollar's looking like a decent breakout opportunity here. So we're going to play it as is and look for a continuation north on that one. Looking at equities today, US30 sells are in play, and let me explain why. The daily chart here. Pretty strong area of rejection. And so looking at yesterday, we had a strong sellers came in play, buyers got absorbed here. So looking for a rejection and a continuation south. Looking at the 2-hour came up, gave us this double top rejection overnight. London Open came up, wicked it for a fourth time. And we're starting to see some weakness come in here. So looking at US30, this is the area that we're going to want to see hold. We have this double top overnight. We have this lower high rejection at VWAP area. And now we're seeing it start to roll over through these lows through the open of the day here. So we're starting to flip bearish on the higher time frame. And so selling in equities look nice, especially if we get that bullish Dixie. And so we're starting to see this temporary break through this trend line here. Not very clean, pretty choppy as far as price action goes today. But I think sells could be decent if we see some type of retracement and then sells. But I'm not taking sells until at least 8:30, 8:45. It's typically choppy and low volume until then, so keep that in mind. We'll just kind of keep that on the side, on the back burner, and then take a look at it later. What do you think about New Zealand CAD? I'll take a look at that in a couple of minutes. I'm selling Euro USD. What's going on? Hi, by the way. I'm in. I'll take a look at Euro USD in a couple of minutes as well. I'm just going to keep going through my analysis first. So gold sells were in play last night. I'm in gold sells and still in, but probably going to take profit very shortly here. So what I was looking at overnight, we were creating these. So we had this liquidity grab here, came up, retested this grab, started rolling over, broke through this support here as well. And so I was looking at price as it started to push through these lows. I was like, that's probably a grab to then head higher, retest this resistance. Then I look for sells heading back down into 1840 as a sell continuation here. And so I grabbed some sells right around 1849. And my stop loss, since it was overnight, it had to be somewhat of a more, I guess, stop loss that makes sense. You can't just put a random stop loss and manage it because you're trading an overnight session that you're not managing. So I put it above this wick here. And I'm still in it, but I was looking for around 1838, 1839 take profit. I'll probably get out in a second because we are showing some, pretty weak push into this exhaustion area. So, but regardless, looking at plays today, buys could potentially be in play, and here's why, right? So if you look at the 4-hour chart, 4-hour chart for gold is still technically on a bullish breakout. I was just playing shorts based off of this retracement. But if you look at the overall move, it just broke structure here, so we created a new high, and here's the most recent low. So if you take a look at your Fibonacci's and look at the retracement, we're heading towards the higher low point at, if I move it over, really? All right, we're turning volume profile off. If you take a look at the negative or the 38.2% retracement here, that's going to be a valid higher low, which is what we're heading into, which is where my take profit was sitting. And so from there, I'm going to look for potential buys because we have very clean price action for a continuation to the upside. But we'll see. I'm not going to blindly buy here, but it's a very strong area where we've seen some support found as well. Had this nice wick, nice rally out of here. So I'm going to look to see if we can find some support. That's also sitting right at the point of control. This is the point of control, high volume node. And so I'd expect it to dip into here, find support, and then rally out of there as well. So looking for gold longs today. Oil, potential oil longs. We'll see. It just depends, right? Because this chart here, we just broke through this high, grabs of liquidity, now we're dumping. But we do have a lot of bullish volume the last 2 days. Bullish volume here from Friday, bullish volume here from yesterday. And so what I wanted to see was just a retest of this move here for then a continuation higher. So if I draw my fibs and I take a look at this current move, we're now sitting at the 38.2% retracement. And so from there, I'm going to be looking at either the 38.2 to 50% retracement, and we'll look for longs in this zone if price gives us a reason to long, right? So we will see what it gives us in due time. Looking at the currencies. Pound yen, very, 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 very choppy. Not something I'm looking to trade today. If I were to trade it, it's actually, so we're going to range trade it, right? We're in this range resistance support. And so I'm going to look for a buy off the support towards the resistance. Could be a decent play. Do I really want to mess in this chop? Probably not, but I mean, buys actually look very, very nice right now. Stops below the low, take profit towards price action here. So you can get at least a 2-to-1, maybe a 3-to-1 out of it. Buys are actually very, very decent right now. I'm probably actually going to consider these longs and take these real quick. Yeah. So we're going to ride pound yen. See if pound yen can. My first area I'm going to keep an eye on is going to be this point right here, where we've had this big. This is more or less the head and shoulders neckline, right? From overnight session. This is also where we had this volume push here, and then the rejection. So I'm going to look for it to push up into this zone first. But yeah, so my entry was 163.197. So we'll see what we get. It's gonna be around a 2.5 to 1. But yeah, cool. Moving on from pound yen, pound AUD. Remove drawings. We'll start fresh here. Looking at the 4-hour chart, 4 hours running into an area of exhaustion. Looking left. Saw exhaustion back in December here. We're now seeing some exhaustion here back end of February, and now we're running to that same area. So potential sells here if this comes into play. Looking at the 1 hour sitting right at this resistance here. So if we were to take sells, I'd want to see a retracement, a lower high forming, showing some rejection, and then I'll look for a sell on the way down. I'm thinking there was probably news overnight that popped this up. Yeah, there was definitely news. Let me see. Was it AUD news probably? Because I don't think pound had any news. What's today? The 7th. What is going on here? Today, yesterday. Yeah. Okay. AUD rate hikes. That's going to be it. Yep. So you had the Australian dollar rate hikes. In that case, do I think we get this retracement? It's a tough one because we're not, we're seeing this strength here. Very, very choppy on the 15-minute in this zone here ever since this breakout. I think it does at some point have to retrace because we do have some imbalances here and a very, very low volume node. So price at some point will have to come back through this zone here, but it doesn't have to by any means today. So I might just sit on my hands on pound AUD today just because of the Australian dollar rate hikes. Pound USD had very, very nice sells overnight. Very clean sells. I didn't take them because I said I was only going to take one play overnight, which was gold. Ended up working out really, really well. But pound AUD or pound USD was very clean. Looking at current price action, though, I mean, if you look at the 4 hour, we've been sitting here creating this wedge trade that we've been trading the last couple of weeks. And so you'd expect some further downside momentum to it, right? Heading back down to this support zone. And that would be a good idea, especially if we get a bullish Dixie, right? And so as far as looking for sells, maybe a retracement towards this zone right in here. Retest and then look for a sell on the way down. Yeah, that's gonna be the best idea. I wouldn't want to see it retrace too much, like the whole entire move, because then we're seeing a pretty weak Dixie at that point, most likely. So I'd want to see a little bit of a pop and then drop, right? So we're going to keep an eye on that area here for sells. AUD USD starting to roll over here. And again, that's based off of the Australian dollar rate hikes. So this was pretty heavy support. If you look at the daily, daily's actually finally breaking through this very, very heavy exhaustion zone. But we're now running into some pretty strong support as well to the downside here. So not looking to sell this, not looking to buy this. So I'm going to leave Australian dollar alone today. The Euro USD, I concur. Selling Euro USD, I'm in. Very good idea. So the Dixie, I'm looking for bullish price action in the Dixie. Running into this point of control here. We're also running into some resistance. Massive 4 hour bearish candlestick. Current 4 hour came up, gave us a wick. We're now pushing bearish. Looking at the 1 hour, we had this resistance, double top overnight, triple top from London Open, and then we had this nice breakdown. This is the break point, retest, So we should start rolling over, at least back down into this 1.06200 range. Very nice price action here on Euro USD as well. Had this retest, bearish engulfing. So sells on Euro USD are very clean. Actually, where they're at, right where they're at. Take profit down towards the lows. Could be almost a 3-to-1 trade on Euro USD here. That's a very nice idea that I might consider taking as well. That I am going to consider taking. Euro USD. Yeah, so instant Euro USD sells now. 0.6554. So yeah, could be around a 2.5 to 1 risk reward. Looking at UCAD. UCAD, I'm probably expecting a bullish breakout here from this wedge. Now that we have a strong Dixie starting to break out of here. But we do have a lot of exhaustion or resistance here, so I'm not going to buy this one yet. USD JPY, strong support in this area at 135.6. If we can break through the support, we have a lot of potential to the upside, especially with the strong Dixie. Maybe a break, a retest, and a rally towards the highs. Actually, I set a sell limit. What do you like? Where's your sell limit? Are you expecting to break the current low or something? Euro GBP. I wish I would have taken this one as well, but I didn't. It would have wicked my. So I had this sitting for my last night's analysis. It would have wicked my entry here, wicked it to the T, and then just rallied right off of it. So very decent move. I'm expecting a bullish continuation here, back up into this zone here. It's too late to enter at this point. I would have wanted it down in this zone overnight. So just going to watch this one go. GBP New Zealand, again, was a really nice call out from last night in the mentorship group. I was calling out for these shorts. Again, it would have wicked in my short entry, and it would be up, selling off pretty nicely. So looking at this point, too late for me to enter on this one as well. I would have wanted it higher up. And Euro AUD. Looking at this time frame, we're breaking now through. Again, this is an AUD pair, so I'm not going to be trading it. But we're now breaking through these highs. Very, very clean price action looking left until these highs up in here. So a lot of range to the upside. Won't buy it today, but maybe potentially buy it tomorrow. We'll see. But that's everything I'm looking at for the day. A lot of decent setups today. I mean, I'm ignoring anything that involves the Australian dollar. Don't want to mess with the rate hikes from last night. But main plays I'm keeping an eye on are going to be Euro USD, GBP USD, GBP JPY, oil, gold, US30. I mean, there's a lot of potential today in across the markets. So definitely got to be on your toes today. Again, I'm going to hop off on the Zoom with my mentorship group. If you guys, want any help or want a community to trade with, you know where to go. VantTradingForex.com. And we're going to go off and live trade together. So have a great rest of your day, guys. Thanks for hopping on. And I will see you again tomorrow morning. Safe trading.